This episode contains content and strong language that may be unsuitable for the younger viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Katie, cover your ears.
Oh my god, it's a Norwegian horse!
Here are your hosts.
Hello.
What's up? How was your weekend?
Kind of busy actually.
I know, same.
Yeah, because we had a Father's Day weekend here, so I had some family over.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, didn't really have a lot of time to myself, but at the same time.
What time did you watch Heartland at this week?
Oh, same time, like 6
Oh, you're
a.m.
waking up early for
Yeah.
it again?
Yeah.
How's that going? Are you tired after or what?
A little bit, especially because on the previous night I had my niece.
You were partying, weren't you?
Yeah, totally. I had my 8-year-old niece sleeping.
You were partying with your 8-year-old niece? Soile.
I mean, why not? Gotta start them young.
I guess.
No, but there was a bed, and we had to kind of share beds because there's only a limited amount of room. So I slept next to my niece, and she's 8, and so she's very restless sleeper. So she was kicking, and she was doing.
You got bruises and stuff?
Oh, almost. She was doing I don't know, sleep
Acrobats.
Yeah, nighttime parkour or something. I don't know.
Parkour.
Yeah, so I didn't get a lot of sleep. And then I woke up 6 a.m. and I had a long day at work. So I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, that's why we don't have kids. We couldn't do it. No way.
Constant reminder. It's I need to
It's birth control. That's what it is.
Yeah, because I need sleep.
I love sleep so much. So much. If I don't get a solid 10 to 12 hours a night, don't talk to me.
Whoa, 10 to 12?
I'm not joking. I'm not even joking either.
Oh, I go.
I love my sleep.
Because I'm a night owl in a way, because I tend to go to bed 1 or 2 a.m. sometimes, because it seems like that's when everyone's active online and everything.
That's true.
So I'm trying
I know,
to...
I do message you at pretty ratchet times.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, you're awake.
Yeah, so I get 5 hours on those nights, and I'm
Excuse me?
And I don't drink coffee, so...
I was about to say, I get 12 hours and I still drink 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah, so I don't know, kind of the hero here or something.
I was gonna say. Dang. See, I'm excited for us to go to Germany soon-ish, because it's gonna be interesting with our sleep schedules here.
No. I'm not gonna be is she dead? Checking your pulse and...
No, literally. And because I complain so bad when going just to Alberta, I think it's I lose 2 hours or whatever, and I would sleep, and it's it's the time change. Can you imagine how bad it would be going all the way to Finland?
No. Yeah, you should have
Germany, same difference.
You should have a week in advance to just sleep, and then you're
I know I would have to come. If we're gonna do 2 weeks, I'd be coming for 3 or 4, because I would need a week to recover when getting there and a week to recover before coming back. So.
Oh, for sure. Because I remember it's brutal. So even
I don't know
for
how
me,
you guys did it.
With
I was napping all the time. I was we'd be driving from one place to the other, and I'd be sleeping in the car. I was so tired.
And we'd
and then
be
there's
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, then you and Elisa are just... And I'm what the heck? All right.
Yeah. But my ideal would be 7 hours of sleep. But I haven't gotten that this week, so
that's a bad night for me.
Yeah, so if I have like an eye bags, it's like
No,
sorry.
that's why there's concealer.
True, and the ring light. So
Yeah.
anyways, in case you didn't notice, it's me, Soile, and I'm here with Isabelle.
What's up?
That's a little sneak peek into our lives. Like,
Yeah, aren't you guys jealous?
like having fun. What have you been up to since you've
I've
been so
also been
busy?
very, very busy, but with very different things. Friday.
Fangirling Taylor, I assume.
Shh. How did you know? But how did you actually guess that's what I was about to say?
Well, I kind of know
You
you.
know me very well. And it's the #1 trending for like 4
Yeah.
days. So. But you know, I stayed up till midnight for it, and then I was up till 3 a.m. listening to it.
And now you know how my life is when I
Yeah.
get up at early in the morning to see
So
the episode.
I had to catch up on sleep. I had like the best sleep of my life after though. When you have to like force yourself to stay awake for so long, and then you sleep. Great. I had a great sleep after that. But then I was up late on Saturday partying with the seniors at the trailer park, and they go hard. I go to bed and they're like, "What?" Well, they're like, "You're weak," and I'm like, "I don't even know how y'all do it."
Yeah, it's
And they go to bed at like 2 or 3, and I peace out midnight, maximum midnight.
They're like
Yeah.
tragic.
Yeah.
They see you going.
Yeah,
Like,
there are no parties like those seniors, man.
that's something
So that was
to
my
look
weekend.
forward
And
to,
then,
I guess.
yeah, and then Heartland was on Sunday, and then the live stream. That was a lot of fun. I love
Yeah.
Sundays.
Yeah, me too. Because
Yeah.
for me, I don't see the episode until Monday, so that's like the highlight of my Sunday. Those lives.
Yeah.
And I
Me
hope
too.
that he like even when the season ends, I hope he doesn't just stop doing them
Yeah.
completely. Like I understand maybe not
It would
every
be
Sunday,
boring,
but
like,
that's just like
something.
sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Speaking of Aiden,
he had an interesting competition that he announced on his live. And in case you're interested or haven't seen the live, you can go to his Instagram page and there's like the rules. And if you need him to explain it to you, like just watch the live because.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty well explained, but
Yeah.
Did you get it at first or no?
Yeah, I think so. And then sometime because some people were like, wait, now I'm confused. And I was like, am I confused?
I was like, this is like really easy to understand. So I was like, I wasn't sure. But have you entered it?
Not yet. I was planning to do that at the end of the week because this week has been just crazy. So
I want you to get the blanket.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, if I would get that, we could be like podcasting under our blankets and be like, so whatever, like.
And I feel like if anyone deserves it, it's you. And me, sorry too, but like
you paid for it. I'm just like begging for it. But like, how much would that be for him to send to Finland? He'd be broke.
Oh, a lot.
He'd need that season 16.
He would be like, he's probably regretting saying that it's open for everyone because now he's gonna have to send the blanket's not light. Yeah. He's gonna have to send this log blanket, and then you also have stricter rules right now too.
Yeah, as we noticed, because Izzy sent me a birthday gift like a while ago
before your birthday.
Yeah. So she was like, have you gotten anything on the mail? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, oh, I sent you something. And I was like, no, nothing. And then after a while, it was like, you have a package you need to declare. It's from outside of European Union. And I was like, what the hell? Because previously it's been okay, but now
I guess it's a good thing I said something because you would have gotten that notification. And
yeah, I would have been like,
or anything.
No, but it had your name on it, so I had to ask you what's in it. So
Yeah,
it
so
kind
that
of
was
ruined the surprise.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it's a rock. It's
Yeah,
a
a
rock and
rock.
a pin.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I was like, I didn't know that they had changed the rules
yeah,
for
I
those.
didn't
So
know
I was
either. I would
like,
have sent it sooner.
do they think it's something like bad? Because it's
Like, it would probably be one thing if it was a big package, but it was like a very small envelope.
yeah. So they were like,
I
what
don't
is
know.
this? Like, why would anyone send you a
Is
rock?
it a bomb?
Yeah, what's inside the rock? Is it a threat to the nature in Finland? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. But I wonder, like, if he would have to send that blanket out. Like, I'm already emotionally ready to receive the
I
blanket,
know.
even though I haven't entered.
I'm manifesting it for you.
But I wonder if it would be cheaper to buy a plane ticket for the blanket
You
and
did not just go there.
and have like a stewardess be like, okay, can you look after this blanket? It's first time on
Put its
plane.
seatbelt on.
Yeah, like just keep it calm. Like
That was me though, because I would take my Jessica Steam blanket with me on every travel I ever went to, wearing it like a cape around. And don't touch my stuff, especially that blanket. And it gets its
Yeah.
own seat. Thank you.
like first class.
Yeah.
If you want to check that out, head to Aiden's Instagram and you'll know what it's about.
Yeah, so Soile has some updates about the Amber event we were talking about last week.
Yeah, because she sent the newsletter a couple of days ago when you're listening to this.
Yeah.
So in case you haven't seen it and you're subscribed, check your like spam or something because it's arrived and it had some additional information about the Acrobition event that we talked about in the last episode. So she's gonna have this rodeo event. It's at 7 p.m. But was the meet and greet after or before that?
Is this the one you're talking about on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday, November
Yeah, so
25th.
and you said it's at 7?
Yeah.
So the meet and greet's at 4. So honestly, that's not even a lot of time. I guess it depends how many tickets they sold. She's
Yeah.
gonna have to rush, but it's sold. The meet and greet sold out right now.
Yeah. So if you want to see her, you have a chance with the rodeo. And then on Friday, 2:30 p.m., she's doing Country Kitchen on the road. It says, for those who have watched my at-home cooking videos, here's a chance to see them in person. Head to the Food Connection demo stage in Egg X building, presented by Saskatchewan's Cattlemen's Association, open to all but gate admission required. And then on Friday, 5 p.m. after that Country Kitchen thing, she has the dinner with fans. So she's gonna be busy.
That is a very busy weekend. I'd feel like she's probably looking forward to it though, because it's a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah, she talked about it on her rambling rides with Amber Marshall, whatever it's called, that she's really looking forward to it because it's, like old times.
Well, you and I were also talking in our messages that I wonder what events are going to look like right now. Because there's different events happening with different actors and you see what's happening, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the plexiglass or masks and all that stuff. I wonder what it's going to look like now, especially at this particular event.
Yeah, because people will want to have pictures, like if it's possible. Yeah. So I was speculating that maybe they might have the plexiglass because then you can see each other's faces, but it's still like isolated from one another.
Yeah, and are you allowed to shake hands? Are you allowed to hug? I don't know. Are you allowed to put your arm? You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of doubt it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, though. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Different. So I'm actually really looking forward to seeing the pictures, though.
Yeah, I hope someone posts them so we can kind of get a sneak peek of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I just noted today, Cindy Busby, who played Ashley, of course, posted a video that she had done Rave It Up interview. Like at this point of us filming this, it obviously hasn't come out yet, but it's coming out at some point, and I don't know what they talked about yet, but usually whenever anyone has a chance to ask her anything, Heartland comes up. So yeah, so I assume there will be some Heartland related stuff, especially because when you think about the fact that almost everyone from the cast has been on the show already. So
yeah. Well, it's what she's most well known for, though. You have to expect those questions till the day you die, because that's what everyone knows you from.
Yeah, and at the same time, I don't think she minds, but then it's like I've kind of done other things too, and I can't just come back because I want to, or like they have to write me in and all that.
Well, was she the one who left the first time? This is a long time ago. I don't remember what happened in season 5. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
that was a decade ago. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think she left on her own. I think, right?
Yeah, I think she was interested in doing other stuff, and I think this was because I remember listening her talk about like how it's not like you can't take that kind of success for granted, because I think she was doing waitressing after Heartland before she started getting more acting gigs. And she talked about how she was doing waitressing, and people were like, "Are you Ashley from Heartland?" And she was like, no, because she was kind of embarrassed, I guess. Because it's rough out there. Yeah, so
that's really relatable.
Yeah. And then we have something new with Jessica Steen.
What was this, like a half an hour ago? Not even, probably half an hour ago that Michael posted his infamous talk show, and it was Steen is queen this week, so
yeah,
I'm fine, guys. I'm fine.
I was like, because Isabelle sent me a text like, Michael's post in all caps lock, and I was like, what is this about? Like, I'm scared. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But it looked really nice wherever she was.
I know it did. And I wonder like how far in advance they filmed these though. Because the weather looked a little too nice for right now.
Yeah. I was like, she's in some kind of warm place right now, because
but it's like it's my favorite thing, because this is like probably 1 out of 3 times a year that we like, oh good, she's alive. So this was probably the 3rd time.
Yeah,
it's like good to see her.
Yeah.
Oh wait, okay.
What is it?
So episode 6 airs this Sunday, which is the 21st, and we have confirmation that episode 7 airs the 28th.
Yeah.
And lastly, wait, go ahead. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
It looks like they're gonna air all the episodes this year.
No.
Because why would they air like 3 episodes in January or something?
Dang it. No, but I like the suspense. I liked the I missed the 18 episodes, and then episode 9 and 10. We stressed for 6 weeks wondering if they fell off a cliff or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
Jordan and Kira, their birthdays aren't the 6th. I was, however, very close, and I told Melanie this. I was very close. It's the 16th. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, it's the math.
I love those kids. They're 11 now, which is my lucky number.
Also, I wanted to mention, I don't know if you saw our Instagram post, but because I was writing things down yesterday for this episode, and I was like,
Oh,
I should check the episode we talked about in the last episode, Ring of Fire, where you talk, or you said something like Caleb has his hand in his
I know, it
boxers.
was very uncomfortable to say, but I was not wrong.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Okay, we have come to the part of the episode where we read Smoke and Holster's lengthy, very detailed, thought-out review about season 15, episode 5, Blood and Water. Overall, I'd call this a pretty perfect Heartland episode. The family comes together for a cattle drive. Tim and now Jessica both act like pushy asses. The kids, Katie, Parker, and Lindy, have a safe adventure and are adorable. Lisa is Lisa, and Garland plays the fool. Jack shoots at the bear, and Amy takes care of her horse who gets hurt. What more can you ask for? Kudos to the kids and Lisa. The shot of Lindy saying, "Tag your it" to Katie is beyond adorable. Substituting ketchup for tomato sauce in lasagna, and Lindy's proclamation of best lasagna ever, one step below that. Did you get it?
No.
Okay, let me read that again. Kudos to the kids and Lisa. The shot of Lindy saying, "Tag your it" to Katie is beyond adorable. Substituting ketchup for tomato sauce in lasagna,
Okay.
and Lindy's proclamation of best lasagna ever is one step below that. So he doesn't think it's adorable. Okay, we have start rant. I'll leave Amy to the end. I don't like the sound of this. Hold on, I gotta sit comfortably here. Okay. Seriously, they couldn't find any friends, other ranchers, neighbors, Tim's students, Caleb, Jade, etc., to do them a favor and move a herd. That's true. Where's Caleb? Tim didn't have a problem raising the neighborhood to move cattle in season 1. Why is this such an issue? Wait, did I read that right? Does that make sense? Tim didn't have a problem raising the neighborhood to move cattle in season 1. Was that season 1?
Does he mean season 4?
That's what I was thinking, perhaps. Why is this?
Anyways.
Yeah, why is this such an issue? There wasn't even a let's call around and see moment, just bring along the knobs. Besides, does anyone think this herd is twice the size of the old herd? I missed the Longhorns, by the way. That's also true. Does Tim own half this herd or not? WTF. What's with Jessica and these stupid pictures helping the family? Promoting Heartland beef. Again, WTF. Why not just bring the kids to Fairfield while you're having a meeting and let them run around and play? They can babysit Lindy in shouting distance just like at Heartland. Problem solved. Your girls stay near the house where I'll be if there's a problem. Cell signals don't float around just looking for an iPhone. No cell tower, no signal, period. Wait, is that in reference to Lou's situation?
I think so.
Or Amy's?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think both, maybe, because they both said, like, oh, we're out of
True.
range or whatever.
Good point. Okay, are we seriously just going to repeat the same stupid Lou storyline over and over again? Look, okay, PG. Look, just fuck Peter when the mood strikes and move on. Holy shit! I should have read this before reading it out loud! Okay. Everyone knows, no one knows. What difference does it make at this stage in regards to Lou and Peter? It's not like... Okay, another PG. It's not like we don't know Lou has premarital sex. She even has it in the ranch house now. That's true, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear God. Okay. This misogynistic storyline where an extraordinarily capable woman is reduced to needing a plastic relationship to survive is pathetic. I cannot read the rest of this. Sorry, guys. Moving on. Speaking of pathetic, let's talk about Amy. Huge WTF. First off, has she ever expressed even an iota of interest in Jack's freaking cows? Ever? I can see Jack saying Amy will take over his ranch, but the Heartland beef? Has Heartland gone back to being a cattle ranch? Seems so since Amy has no customers, none. Season 13, she's up to her eyeballs in clients, now zip. I get it, her useless plug of a husband died. Very sad. Season 14 made sense. Is that it? Is the storyline now Amy and the fosterlings? I guess we'll see. Interesting that Jack has nothing to say about her completely non-committal response, but he takes the time to ask Lou about what... but he takes the time... But he takes the time to ask Lou about... Would she take on... Okay, that doesn't make sense. Sorry. I'm going to try to reread this again.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that... I'm going to read it exactly how that says, okay?
Just
Maybe I'm
do
just
it.
not understanding.
Yeah.
Interesting that Jack has nothing to say about...
Is that what it says? Wow.
Okay. Okay, I think this is in regards to Amy. Interesting that Jack has nothing to say to her about her completely non-committal response, but he takes the time to ask Lou about would she take on his damn cows. Perfect Heartland canon, never put Amy first ever. She spends 8 seasons earning what seems to be most of the ranch's money and never ever reflects that in how she's treated. Amy is now a puddle of goo where storylines might touch her around the edges, but they don't actually show her with any excitement. Champion rider, horse whisperer, saver of herds, nothing. Ty dies and Amy is now a Stepford wife without a programmer. No focus, no drive, nothing. No one cares, no one asks, no one says anything. Leave her be. I've always looked at the show as Amy's show and Amy's life. It's the way they structured it and I miss that. One comment on last week's podcast. I'm not sure how it came up, but someone mentioned legacy and maybe whatever will be named or thought of as assumed something to do with Ty. This business of Amy somehow having to live her life building Ty's legacy is the most bullshit line of thought ever. She doesn't owe him anything. His legacy is what it is. It's not her job to keep his legacy going, and his legacy is not her responsibility. That's misogyny to the 10th level. Done. I'm gonna send you this part of the part that I couldn't read so that you know why I couldn't read it.
Okay. Because I always try to avoid reading everyone's thoughts before I've rewatched the episode and wrote down my notes because I want my thoughts to be kind of unfaced, if that makes sense. Like,
hey, check your phone.
Okay, let me see.
Because you can at least react to it. Smoking holsters will know what's going on in this present moment.
Yeah.
Did you read it? Yeah, I'm not reading that on the podcast. Sorry, guys.
Well, you can imagine what.
Would you read that? I couldn't read it.
Yeah, probably not.
Would you?
No,
yeah, I don't think so either.
But yeah,
I get the idea.
Anyone listening, you can just imagine what a woman.
No, don't go there. No.
2 hours later.
Do you want me to, yeah, if you want to recover from that reading, I can just start.
Oh boy.
It's from Lisa 9 minutes. So in the last couple of days, I just caught up on season 15, except I have not watched this last episode yet. I am in the US and couldn't figure out how to watch, but finally did. Couple of thoughts so far. Katie, I didn't have much in an opinion on the previous one. This one seems like a good actress, but the drastic size difference makes it seem like a different character. Logan, I like him. Good actor. I like how they have him so invested in the horses. I was glad they didn't make him or the other kids the robbers. Jack and Lisa, I am so happy they seem to be focusing on them as a couple. Love that Jack stood up to Lou and Amy for Lisa. They have had some really great scenes. Tim and Jessica, mad we missed out on the engagement and wedding, but loving them too.
Yeah.
Lindy, I love that they have her saying so many lines and interacting so much more. Lou is Lou. She never really changed. Even though she drives me crazy, she is one of my favorites. Parker is growing on me. Amy, I hope they let her be single at least for the rest of the season. I know everyone loved her in Ty, and I did too, to an extent. but Amy always reminded me of being needy when she was with him. I want to see her grow as a strong, independent woman. Then I wouldn't mind seeing her with Cooper in a season or two.
Did you see that?
Okay. What happened?
You looked up at the same time I finished doing this. So I thought you caught me. Okay.
No, I thought you were like hair flip or something.
I play with my hair because I'm anxious. It's not because it's not for vanity's sake. This is what I do because I don't have a fidget spinner.
Yeah. Okay, Lisa, you need to caught up because there's some things that you haven't seen yet. Anyways, Caleb,
episode is on or they are on.
Caleb, I love Gary James and hope to see more of him. Finally, I was so happy to see Scott. Hope he is back for more. He sure is.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm still surprised by that one scene that he was in. None of us saw that coming. That was just random.
Yeah, it was like, Scott? Because I thought he was going to be only in the later part of the season.
Okay. Next comment. Okay, Rachel keeps commenting. No context.
Calm down, Rachel.
So I keep getting notifications every 5 seconds. Okay. This is from MW614LC. That sounds like Elon Musk's kid's name.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you Elon Musk's kid?
Maybe if so, I will send you my direct deposit.
Yeah, because who knows? Maybe if the kid is
like
robot, basically. So that's why they're so good at writing. So
yeah. Okay. Couple of thoughts. The episode was okay, but feel like the writers need to up their game as storylines are getting recycled too much. For example, Jessica's freakout convo with Tim, reminiscent of multiple Tammy moments. Tim telling Garland his hat is on backwards was another repeat Tammy moment with Ty's first cattle drive. Sorry, guys. It's like every time I have to cough, it's when I'm on camera, I swear. When Lindy was missing, a search party just like that, when Wyatt's little brother found in the outhouse. Lou and Peter magically kiss, getting back together just like Tammy and Pike River. Lou and Peter are gonna have to talk, or as Ty once said, I don't want us going back right where we were again. Does that make sense?
It's like now that they're seemingly getting back together, I think they were trying to say that Lou and Peter are going to be having this conversation, but it's like, we don't want to repeat what's already happened. Like, we need to. Yeah.
That makes sense. I wasn't buying Amy stressing about leaving Lindy, as she's been left behind too many times to count. The young actors are cute, but the babysitting storyline is getting old. Is it worth a theme across multiple episodes? I mean, how old are they? Old enough to babysit, right?
Yeah, like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was Caleb or Tim's rodeo students who could help with the cattle drive? And of course, insert overused drama with the bear again. Some foreshadowing definitely came through with Jack discussion about his successor, though. Interesting Amy reconsidering minus Ty. And I got the vibe Jack wrestling with reality of missing a strong male to take over, even though a bit old-fashioned way of thinking. I wonder what the writers will do. Tim's not reliable, and Jack would never turn his legacy over to Tim. Lou/Peter? ? The man is never around in a city slicker. Amy's new love interest has to be a rancher to tie it up in a classic bow. Oh, and one of the favorite lines is classic Jack. Jessica, all my sparkles used up. That was lots.
Yeah. But good points.
Very good points.
Yeah. Then Jeffra34 said, I love every part of last night's episode, especially the last few minutes of it. That kiss Lou and Peter shared was spectacular.
Which one are you reading? I can't find it.
It's Jeffra.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Found it. Okay. Alberta Dreams. Okay, now is the time to reveal that I secretly have been a little Lou Peter shipper all the time. I am shocker. I'm so excited that there's a chance of them getting back together. I really hope they don't mess it up this time. Too bad Georgie is not around to see it and that was the first thing I thought. They're finally getting back together, which Georgie would have like died for, and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, now to the episode. The story really got better in the first half, and although I am not Lou's biggest fan, I really liked her storyline here. She made great progress throughout the episode. The Heartland kids are great. Their storylines are always fun. Also love that Lisa gets to be around the entire ranch so much, and especially with the horses. Whoever decided to let her off the leash and out of the house, thank you. Okay, I actually messaged Alberta Dreams about this, but I was thinking she was in the barn, she was outside of the barn, she was in the front yard, she was in the backyard, and she was in the garden. So I don't know what this is, but is she on probation?
Probably. I mean,
Yeah, makes sense.
but then again, she's still wearing the like home arrest anklet thing. So, you know, they'll know where she is at all times.
Well, this has been the 5th, and it will now be the 6th consecutive Jessica Steen episode. So, we don't know what we did to actually we did 14 years of waiting to deserve this. So I don't know. That's not what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Then Thysa Campos said, this episode was one of my favorites so far. I think because I love the cattle tribes, and having Amy and Lou and Jessica and Fred was great. We got some gorgeous Alberta scenery scenes, which are always welcome. Lou was amazing, very funny. I'm sure the wine texting was very relatable to many people, and the crying laughter emoji. And definitely was the push they needed. I'm so glad they are back together, but I'm curious to see how they're going to handle their job location issues. I'm not sure if Peter would move back to the Heartland house or if I would want it to happen. I thought it was taking Lou too long to blow up at Jessica. She's been annoyed since episode 1. I wonder if they're going to explore their dynamic more between Lou, Lisa, and Jessica, the 3 of them strong leaders. Would love to see that. I was a bit surprised that Tim was kind of wanting a party. Do you think Lou and Lisa will make the arrangements this time? Back to the cattle tribe. I'd love to see Amy and Lou running the ranch together. They balance each other and are both very strong women. I wish they had explored the bear plot a little bit more. It was too quick. And Fred Garland, that was so funny. He all cowboy dressed up and not even being able to get on the horse, and complaining about butt sore and sitting on an ice pack. That was great. Amazing episode, very Heartland. I'm wondering if they will make a goodbye Georgie moment. I was thinking maybe on the next episode, because I believe it was filmed at the same time Alicia was in Calgary with her friends.
Yeah, we can hope. I mean, from what I know, nothing was filmed, but I also don't know a lot of things too. Next comment by Elizabeth Kratz. There's a lot to unpack from this episode. Kind of annoyed at Lou. Why does she always seem to be put out over the secret weddings? She was all upset over Grandpa and Lisa's wedding. The elopement, like the fake elopement, I guess, of Amy and Ty, and now Tim and Jessica. She wants everyone else's relationships to be out in the open, but based on next week's episode description, she's going to be hiding this relationship too, just like every other one she's had. This was an episode that really focused on Lou and her neurotic attempt at being center of attention. She was upset that she wasn't considered a likely successor to Heartland Beef. She didn't like Jessica's enthusiasm and taking over everything. On a positive note, I always love Lindy, and I'm so happy when she has special moments with Amy. The new Katie is much more pleasant and likable, and she plays off Parker quite well. I'm wondering if we see Spartan at all this season, and I'm surprised we didn't see any continuation of Cooper's disappearance. No, but actually, though, is that just it?
He just
like
poof.
they just left it on that. No, like, yeah, this is like Jeremy 2.0.
Yeah. Then Badeluz just said, love this episode.
We love a good spam account.
I mean, simple, but you know,
at least it's a kind comments. It's one thing if you make accounts like that to spread hate weekly, like a lot of people do. But nice comments are a delightful surprise.
Yeah.
All right, another one from HL Horses. I liked this episode, but definitely liked some of the others more. I do love when they go on a cattle drive and they finally showed Lou having the horse cattle sense that she should show sense since she should have
she shall
oh my god
she shells by the seashore. Yeah.
I'm just gonna skip over that sentence, I'm sorry. All of the Tim and Jessica stuff was cute. They finally showed them in the loft that supposedly they live in, and I liked that Tim called her Jess. That's gotta be confusing now. Like they did with Jessica Steen, Jessica Amley, and now there's a character Jessica. Okay, that's just Jack and Tim's reactions to Fred over the course of the episode was pretty funny. Random, but is Jessica riding Venus? Oh, true. Did they ever
I think it's Boots, Luke's horse.
Oh, did they say?
Well, I assumed because last season Jessica was riding Boots, and Tim said something like that
okay.
Horse is called Boots, and then I did a little comparing, and yes, looks like the same horse. So
okay, CSI Finland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say I'm getting some vibes for how much they are talking about future plans and how they have had such a long time in just succession and stuff like that with Jack, and it's making me nervous. Especially since I think 1510 is called Leaving a Legacy, but I don't remember where I saw that. Wait a damn minute. Does that have to do with the SUV picture? No. Don't. No.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not triggering you even more, even though I'm thinking about things.
All right. The Jisa handhold was cute. I did like the babysitting storyline, though. And Parker's growing on me. Last season, her character kind of felt pointless to me and kind of forced, but this year she makes way more sense with being friends with Katie and not actually living at HL. I really liked the scene of Jack and Tim sprinting their horses across the field. We also saw Lisa in the barn, which we hardly ever see, and she was pretty cute with Lindy the whole episode. They also seem to have a theme this season with using parts of the ranch we hardly ever see with the vegetable patch, and then Tim and Jessica sitting on the opposite side of the porch. Finally, the Lou and Peter thing. I am kind of surprised they kissed, and all I have to say is they better devote enough time to this relationship to make it believable, and they better show them fully talking about issues and deciding to go forward, because like otherwise the couple itself will fall short and not be believable. There's just way too much history that it wouldn't be fair to the characters. And there's about 10 replies underneath. Rachel said, yeah, like I'm thriving right now, but I just hope there's some important talking that happens in the next couple of episodes because otherwise I'm going to be stressed out forever. And then Alberta Dream said, if I remember correctly, Venus was darker than the horse Jessica rode. Too bad Lou didn't ride her on the cattle drive, but it makes sense since it was a gift from Mitch. Yet, man, you just don't turn your horse down only because your boy ran off. There's a couple more responses, but that's the gist of it.
No. Now I have your cough.
It's probably is it dry there too? It's so dry here.
No, it's like wet, so I think that's part of the problem because then it kind of gets like
moist,
cold, yeah, moist and anyways, Stephanie commented thoughts. It was a nice episode. I did like previous episodes a lot more. However, I did love the cattle drive stuff. It reminded me of the early seasons. Also, I love how Luke took over leading the cattle in the end. That scene of her coming over the hill was pretty awesome. Jessica and Tim this episode were adorable. That scene around the fire was so cute. I really enjoyed hearing about their wedding. Although I'm still kind of annoyed they got married off camera. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the wedding celebration later this season. So I guess that means our speculation as to what event is happening at the Dude Ranch was correct. Well, sort of.
Shocker.
Yeah. On a completely different note, and this is all in caps lock. Finally, Lou Peter kiss. I really, really want this to work. I'm truly hoping that writers don't mess this up. Both characters deserve some happiness. Where did this come from?
Hey, better you than me this time.
Yeah.
Great, now I have to cough.
This is just a cough fest.
Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so a couple small comments here. Barb said, a beautiful episode, love the scenery. Lou and Peter are back together. I am indifferent. We will see how it goes. I am grateful for every new episode. Someone else said, of course, they never quit loving each other. I'm assuming that's in regards to Peter and Lou. And someone else said, Peter and Lou just ruined the show again.
Like a lot of different opinions, but all like
yes, all in good fun. Hopefully, can't speak for everyone.
Yeah. Then Ripplish20 said, I'm enjoying this season. It's much lighter than season 14, but I like the increased role of Lisa and the focus on just the main characters. This episode. So we got the answer about Peter and Lou. I was dubious, but so now where do we go from here? Lou stood up the challenge even though she was disappointed Jack didn't have faith in her regarding the cattle side of Heartland. The babysitting episode was cute with the lasagna made from ketchup. Lindy continues to have a lot of lines, but does a good job. The scenery was awesome, etc. 3 strong women under the same roof, more or less, should prove interesting over time. A pretty mellow episode, but nice, and nice is okay. Looks like my theory of the pictures of Lou's laptop suggested she was seeing someone since she apparently wasn't until now.
Yeah, she was probably just, well,
I mean, Aiden...
people not save pictures, okay?
I mean, Aiden's live suggested that it's either Mitch or Peter era, but,
I mean, if they were recent, it would be the Mitch era.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love that there's like risky pictures from different eras. Lou's like, oh, that was my
Kinky
Peter
Lou.
era.
Oh god, okay, next comment. Sorry, I locked my phone. It's like, are we done? No.
No.
Oh my god, okay.
Not even close.
So I remember Stephanie commented this before she commented her paragraph. She said, holy crap, not okay. I get off work and see this. Be right back, going to watch it now. Okay.
Because you had posted the Lou and Peter kiss.
Okay, you guys know it's not spoiler free, and I always post in the story it's not spoiler free after 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh.
And then Isabelle Faro, anyways, said, oh my god, the heart emoji, Lou and Peter.
Is that how you imagine them typing it?
Yeah, because it has.
Oh, I see what you said.
It's just not me making this up.
Oh my god, I thought you were just like, oh, whatever.
Being a dork. And then Mark Ashton said, as Amy once said, talking is overrated. And let me finish it. Actions speak louder than words. Lou and Peter heart eye emoji. And then XLeah CX. Peter and Lou? Like question mark. What's that called? Like question mark?
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark, thank you.
Like Peter and Lou? Like that.
Yeah, because it's the kiss a kiss.
I did not see that coming. Are we just gonna jump right into our thoughts now?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm editing, so I don't care.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump into Peter and Lou because I knew we knew that he was gonna be back come Tim and Jessica's wedding thingy party or whatever. but I did not see it coming that he was gonna come back episode 5.
Yeah.
Like, that was just... He saw that text and he's like, take my money, let's go.
Yeah, he was like, I already have the bag at the door, like, I'm ready.
Yeah. He got his emergency bag out and was like, bye.
Yeah, not coming work tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I woke up, I usually don't check my social media on Mondays before I watch the episode, but for some reason, I don't remember why, but I opened Instagram and you had posted the picture of the kiss and I was like, huh? And then I was like, whoa, okay. Because I think if I wouldn't have seen that, I probably wouldn't have guessed that Peter was going to be back. But like you said, like
my apologies.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I knew that he was going to be in the next episode, so I was kind of like, okay, so how would they make that work? Like, have they been texting or what? But, you know.
And it's also good to see his bare naked face. It looks like Peter.
Yeah. He looks kind of like a little boy, especially when he came and he was like, okay, so are we gonna talk? Like, all excited.
It was okay. So, feelings about the Peter and Lou thing. Okay, so I'm really happy about it, but like everybody else, I have the same concerns.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, because well, I was like, I'm gonna be like fine with whoever Lou ends up with or doesn't end up with, because like, you know, I'll still watch the show, but like I did prefer Mitch, but I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna watch the show now, like stop watching the show now, because, you know, I think, you know, I'll be fine with Lou ending up with Peter as long as they do it well. And even if they don't, you know, what am I gonna do? It's still happening.
I mean, I refuse to let them have Peter and Lou live in the ranch house again.
Yeah.
And I remember Michelle Morgan said this on the live stream last week, that it's so weird that they both live at home, that Amy and Lou live at home.
And it's like, kind of like someone said in the comments, like, are they gonna, you know, live in Hudson, or Peter's gonna live in Vancouver? And like,
it's gonna be the same.
Yeah, so are they kind of used to it now, so it's not a problem anymore? Or like, is the relationship gonna change?
Of Jack and Lisa in a way, because nothing necessarily changed when they got back together. It was just,
you know what I mean? Acceptance, like, okay, you're like this and I'm like this, and that's how it's gonna be.
Like, we're willing to make those sacrifices because you miss that person or you love that person.
Yeah.
So I think that it's possible that it could go that way, because it worked for Jack and Lisa.
Yeah, because I think, you know, when it comes to having Gabe around, I don't think they're gonna be able to have him for every episode. So, you know, they're gonna have to make that work.
And who knows how he's gonna have a naked face for.
Yeah, and I mean, Lou seems to make long distance work with pictures and stuff like that. So, you know, I guess that's working.
Oh my god. My virgin ears can't hear this stuff.
Yeah. But I hope that, you know, at this point I was kind of like, okay, so they kissed like right away, like that was kind of like sudden. But then and again, it's like Peter has been waiting for this like since season 9, so I guess, you know, it makes sense. But
and and they've been together for like,
but that must have been kind of weird even for, you know, for the actors, because it's like, okay, because, you know, of course it's always been made up, but at the same time, Michelle said kind of like it's this weird level of like a bond in a way you have with your fellow actor, like, because it's fictional, but at the same time you're kind of physically going through it. And
You have to have a friendship built on mutual respect and mutual understand it as that it's your job and that's literally all there is to it. And people don't get that. I almost find that it's not even awkward when you're doing it long enough and you have that understanding.
Yeah, it's kind of like falling back into the
Yeah.
old thing. And I think must have been kind of almost strange for them to kind of mentally go through this divorce and like not seeing each other that much and then playing at this tension and everything. And now it's just like, okay, we're back together. Like the characters are back together and it's kind of like, okay, so we're doing this thing again, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm interested to see more. I hope they do justice. And I like someone said, I'm kind of disappointed because I just know we won't be seeing Georgie's reaction to it.
It's just not gonna be at Tim's wedding.
Yeah.
And like I also hope that we see Peter interact with more people than just Luke. Sorry, I'm coughing. What is going on with us? Because we know he's at the wedding, so obviously he's going to be with everyone, but like scenes wise, like, you know what I mean? Because we haven't seen him, so it's not gonna. Hopefully, it's not just Lou.
Yeah, because we, back in season 7, for example, he had scenes with Jack and things like that. So I hope he's not just there through Lou, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Agreed. I did like that they mentioned Mitch, and it kind of, I mean, I know that there was that whole thing like Lou being like, okay, Peter, like thinking right after, but I also think that it must have made her kind of sad to hear him being mentioned.
Probably.
But I like that they did that because it meant that he mattered and he wasn't just, some kind of break between Peter and Peter.
Between Peter and Peter, that's
funny. Like Peter 1 era, Peter 2 era.
Oh my god, you're not wrong.
Yeah. What did you think about Lou and Jessica's tension?
It was like Lou and Lisa all over again. But it's funny now because Lou and Lisa are like besties, so they don't have that kind of relationship that Lou and Jessica have, because Lou and Jessica, that's the same thing that Lou and Lisa used to be like in the beginning seasons.
Yeah.
And it was also interesting because she was treating like her the same way that she treated Lisa when she found out that they got married. So it was kind of like deja vu. It was like a repeat storyline because
I was kind of like because I know that from the first look, I knew there was gonna be like problems in this episode between them, or more like from Lou's side. I was nervous because I don't like to watch people have that kind of awkward tension and this has been going since episode 1, so I was like, okay, just deal with it and move on because I can't take this anymore. But at the same time, I saw a lot of people commenting like, what's Lou's problem and everything. But if you think about it, like, it's like she said, like, she used to be this boss that she didn't like, and then she kind of became okay, and then she came back from the trip and she was married to her dad, which is
I get that
on its own. Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, like you're coming into my life through like my dad, and we know that
true.
Lou
it is different than the Lisa situation. That's true. That's different.
Yeah, and I know that Lou's very close with Tim, so I guess she kind of feels protective of him as well. And I've been surprised that they've not had any scenes together, I think, Lou and Tim.
I know. I'm hoping that they have a Tim, Amy, and Lou scene
in the next episode.
Yeah. Because I mean, he's getting married. They have to have some sort of conversation about marrying, right?
Yeah.
That's normally what happens in the weddings on this show. They talk about.
Yeah, because I think Amy's fine with Jessica and Tim
Yeah.
getting married and everything. And I think deep down Lou is too, but it's just those like kind of
Yeah.
things that she has to deal with before she can kind of admit
Yeah.
that, you know, it's
She
fine.
can
I
accept
just,
it. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I hope that they have some kind of scene together, kind of like, you know, even though they're both adults, like this is gonna be still different. Like, is she gonna be kind of like a mother figure for them, even though they're,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
or is it
Very
gonna be
close age.
like, yeah, is it gonna be kind of like, well, she's just this great person that we have in this family now,
Yeah.
or something.
Well, and the comment that Lou made to her about like when she said my family,
Hmm.
what did you think about that comment?
I think it showed like Lou's protective side, and she's kind of lashing out because she, you know, she has a lot of things that are not going well for her. So I think
Yeah.
overall she was feeling very insecure, and that was kind of like coming out in that scene.
True. That's a good point. Yeah. Because I had conflicted feelings about that. So I was like, I wanted to know what you thought of it.
Yeah, but I'm glad that Jessica kind of stayed grounded and like
Yeah.
calm and received the critic and heard
Yeah.
her
Well,
out. And
yeah, and the fact that she was like smiling at Lou when Lou was reacting that way, they've worked together before. They know each other. You know what I mean? She's probably seen that in Lou before, so she was probably
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah, it's like a different day."
yeah, she's like, oh, I can see that she's really annoyed with me right now, but like, let's see what she has to say.
Well, even season 14, it was like that too, and Jessica knew right away that things were off. Like,
True. But I did like the scene where Lou wakes up and she sees that text has been
yeah,
sent, and she's like, "Okay, let's go," and she's like pulling the
yeah, and she almost
string
falls.
or
Yeah,
whatever. It reminded me of early season Lou, like that chaotic.
yeah.
Like,
Season 2, episode 4, when she tried. Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go, like
yeah. That's exactly what. That's true.
throwing
Deja
things into the
vu.
truck, and so it was kind of like nice. Like, I know some people say that, you know, she hasn't evolved and or anything, and in some cases it's true, but I think this side of her is kind of like fun to watch, even though
It
it's
is.
kind
I
of,
love drunk Lou.
yeah. And I think, you know, it's kind of nice that not everyone is like all perfect or whatever, like, because
Right.
this is something that happens to people, and like
Yeah.
they can relate to. And you know, if there's not that kind of character who does mistakes, and
Right.
like, it's
Yeah.
not real life if that's not happening
No, that's
on
true.
screen. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. My favorite part of the whole episode was that scene of Lou and the cows, coming over the hill. Best part of the whole episode is my favorite part. What
So
else?
what did you think about you know, Jack talking about the future and like the business and who's gonna take over? And
I'm really nervous about the finale. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. They really couldn't afford to get rid of Jack. They just
no,
can't, and I don't think they ever would. But something has to change.
yeah, I
Like,
just feel like overall this whole you know, Jack taking more cattle is just crazy. And now it's just these little things like, okay, so what's going to happen, you know, in the future? It's
yeah.
kind of like, okay, are you dropping hints about something? Or
Well, I don't remember who said it. It was, I think, a fan comment or something, that it could backfire. Maybe it was Smoke and Holsters, that they think that this cow storyline is going to backfire later on in the season. I'm scared. That's all I gotta say. I have
yeah,
no idea what's gonna happen. I
like
don't.
I don't think they're gonna like, or it would be really dumb for them to kill off Jack. And I don't think Sean's looking for a way out or anytime soon
No,
either.
but like,
So
what could it possibly mean then?
Yeah,
because he's not gonna slow down, right? Like,
is it another heart attack or like stroke or something? Like, hopefully not. I hope it's like, if this storyline comes to an end this season, like I hope it's something else, like more like mental thing, like he realizes that, okay, I'm just being too stubborn here and hanging on to my like youth and everything else. Like maybe it's time to just take
like
a
I wonder
step
what's
back.
gonna happen for him for that thought to like come up in his
Yeah.
mind. Like something's gonna happen to trigger that thought.
Because something has to happen at some point. Like she, that this just can't go
It doesn't make
continue
sense.
for too long.
Do we have the descriptions for the last episodes yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Gonna have to wait for a couple more weeks.
And they didn't do character bios this year, right? So we normally we would get a lot of info.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check like live right now if they've updated
I'm literally going there too.
because last season they changed them after episode 6, but no, still season 14. Yeah. But one scene that I found kind of funny, probably wasn't intentionally made, but like when they came back from the cattle drive and Lisa was like, okay, what's happening? Like, where are you going? And Jack was like, okay, we need to get the cattle and Lou and the rest of the thing. And then Jack was holding Lisa's hand and almost like riding off to a war. And Lisa was like, come back safely.
Oh my god. I was just in utter shock to see her. And then in the barn after, what is going on? Like that scene with Lisa and Amy and Lindy was probably my second favorite scene besides the Lou thing. I liked it. It was so cute.
Yeah. And I think even though Lisa was babysitting kind of in this episode, I think it was still done in a way that wasn't annoying to me. Like it
No,
wasn't
I
that
don't
she
think
was
so either.
taking granted or anything, and she was kind of like, okay, you're giving me this option and I'm more free to do things. So I didn't mind it.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. What else happened in the episode?
Well, I wrote down about well, someone actually mentioned it, that we actually saw Jessica and Tim at the loft.
Yeah, imagine that. And the decor is different too.
Oh,
Well, obviously, I assumed
yeah.
as much, but
Yeah, because you would want to make it your own. Yeah.
contemporary probably.
And I did like seeing the scene with Tim calming her down because, it seems like she brings the best.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
Tim, yeah. Because, he can be mean, like a lot of times, but then there's like this sweetness under his skin, and I did like kind of seeing a little window into the past that Jessica's had, like getting ready for work related stuff, and she's like nervous, and I get that, like she said, like this is my passion and this is exactly the reason why I don't want it to fail. So
I wonder if there's going to be any Lisa and Jessica scenes next episode because she's wearing the same dress that Lisa wore. So I wonder if that's just gonna be if they're just gonna like sneak it in and then think that we're not gonna notice, or you know what I mean?
Or is it gonna be on the editing room floor like the rest of the scenes that we would actually want to see?
Yeah, well, that's the same with Lisa's rings. They changed Lisa's rings.
Oh.
Season 9 or 10.
How do you even notice that?
You wouldn't notice that? Are you serious? You think I wouldn't notice that?
Yeah.
Please.
You of all the people would.
Please.
Yeah. But I also wrote down that I loved Chris's like small expressions, like when they were going over the Peru story. And then at the end, when they were at the porch, and Jessica was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a small party, right? And he was like, yeah, of course. And because I love that even though he's not saying anything, you can tell that there's something going on.
Well, I was wondering who's organizing this party. Is it Tim? Is Tim the reason that it gets out of hand?
Yeah,
Like,
but like it looks kind of nice. So would
it does. It looks
Tim
beautiful.
be able to
I
kind
know.
of, you know, maybe he'll surprise us.
Like I'm wondering. Yeah, see, we don't have answers
Oh,
to
but
that.
imagine if he goes to Lisa or something like, can you help me out? Like, I want this to look nice for Jessica, and you know. What did you think about Fred?
Like I would have probably just left him out there, you know? Like I wouldn't even I don't have the patience for it. I would have been like, peace out, buddy, good luck.
Because I saw a lot of people being like, oh gosh, and I'm like, but he's this like kind of harmless fool. Like, I don't mind him.
He almost looks like Billy Crystal in City Slickers, though. Have you ever seen that movie?
I haven't, but I can kind of imagine it.
Yeah, it's same difference, so I thought it was.
I mean,
funny.
I thought the whole ice pack thing was funny because I was like, what is happening? There's an ass on my screen.
Stop! Oh my god. Yeah, I've personally never had that problem, but
yeah, I've never, like, I wonder how long it took for them to.
it must have been an all-day thing.
Yeah.
But I've also I've been riding a very long time. I've never had that problem.
Yeah, maybe it gets harder when you get older, so who knows? Yeah.
Maybe it's different for guys.
Oh, there's that as well. And I did like the contrast between Amy and Lou in this episode because you know, they're kind of like night and day in some ways, like especially in the scene where you know, Lou wakes up and she has a headache and Amy's like, coffee? And you know, I just love that dynamic, like them balancing each other out. And then when Tim and Jessica were telling the Peru story and Fred brought up Mitch, I noticed that Amy was kind of like,
good thing Lou was drunk, so you know it doesn't hurt as bad when you're drunk.
Yeah, so I noticed that she was comforting her, and you know, I thought those little things are nice, and I enjoy seeing them together, especially
I was just
on
gonna
a cattle drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially since season 14 was just so rough for them.
True.
Yeah.
I kind of expected the bear to be a bigger thing. I know it's like
everyone said that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's like repeated for like pretty much every season, or like there's always something, but like it was kind of like, okay, so what was the point? Was the point to get Shadow hurt so Amy could realize this thing, and then like about their connection, and
I'm thinking it's just
the
something
stage random. Or
it
kind of felt random.
Yeah, it was pretty random.
But I did like the line where Amy said that she's so used to Spartan being like ready for everything and so calm, and so now that she has this new horse, it's a learning curve.
Yeah. Everyone's losing their minds though because they haven't seen Spartan.
Yeah, but he was in episode 3, 4, where Logan was with Amy.
I'm kind of sad though that they haven't had any more Amy Spartan scenes though.
Yeah, but even in that scene, she was inviting Spartan because I think, you know, they don't want to tire him out. So Spartan was just walking after them. But I hope that there's going to be something else with them, because, you know, I get that Amy's bonding with Shadow and it's been interesting to see, but, you know, We miss Spartan.
I know Jenna does if she's
Yeah.
listening. So she talks about.
Yeah. I also, like, when I first watched the episode, I felt like it was kind of like random about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But then when I watched it again, I was saying, okay, this feels more even. But at the same time, I felt like it was somewhat rushed. Like there were things happening like, oh no, Linda is missing. But wait, that's where she is.
Lou and Peter too.
Yeah, it's kind of, oh, I'm texting Peter and oh, there he is. Like there was not, I felt like that, like epic build up to it didn't almost feel like earned in a way.
It was so random. It was a nice surprise though. I don't get surprised too often, so but
I think where the pacing, or I don't know, is it the script or the pacing or whatever, where it lacked, I think the music did a lot. Like when you had the scene where they were kind of like going through the river and everything, and then later on when Lou leads the cattle to closer to the ranch, it was kind of like, okay, the music really builds up the scene. So it would have been kind of weird to see it without the music, because it would have probably felt a little flat.
Yeah, no, for sure. The music saved it.
Yeah. And there were a couple of scenes or lines that felt kind of like, I don't know, like it just felt, you could tell that they were acting, if that makes sense, like they were kind of struggling to deliver the line in a natural way. It was kind of like, especially with the opening scene, like Amy and Jack are riding and Jack's like, oh, you two look good together, and Amy's like, yeah, we're building this bond, and kind of like you and Buddy.
It was kind of cheesy.
Yeah, and then Jack's like, okay, we're going on this cattle drive. Like,
what did he call Buddy? He called him some really
cheesy old dog or something.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, you wouldn't find that on Yellowstone.
Yeah, it felt kind of like, okay, we need to establish the basic storyline of this episode in 1 minute. Like, how do we do that? And it's kind of like,
it was rushed. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a smaller season, so they're just, I think it's some things I think everything has to be rushed. Even like the burglary thing that was finished in no time. They only 10 episodes.
Yeah. But it's just sometimes I become more aware, like, oh, this is a scripted show that I'm watching, but I did like seeing them in the garden, like normal stuff you would do in your everyday life, and then the moment with them talking about Tim in a, what is it, rope? Yeah, like I did like that feeling of family and them kind of teasing each other's, but like, yeah, I did like this episode had its moments, but it was probably my second least favorite from the season.
It's probably right above the premiere's the worst, and this would be the second worst.
Yeah, same for me.
Last week was just incredible. I love, so I'm like, high standards.
Yeah, but I think when the season ends, I think I'll be pretty happy with this season, because so far it's been pretty great.
Well, like, when this season ends, we should do a ranking of all the episodes. Personal ranking. Yeah,
because even though when I don't necessarily like the episodes this much, I think they're still done well. It's just
there's been worse
preference. Yeah, so I don't mind it. Should we look into next week's episode?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it a little, but
I know we did.
Yeah.
The preview was just basically about Tim and Jessica's event, and then Amy was working with a horse, right?
Yeah. The episode is called Happy Ever After, episode 6.
Happy?
Yeah, just happy ever
Really?
after, not happily.
Probably for copyright or something.
Yeah, or some other reason. What if the horse is called Happy?
Oh wow, that's not Hallmarky at all.
Yeah. Episode 6 airs November 21st. And the description says Tim and Jessica attempt to throw a small party. Sorry, Tim and Jessica attempt to throw it's probably Tim and Jessica's attempt to throw a small party snowballs.
What does it say? Here, let me go on page. And I'll see what
I
it
might
says.
have just written that down wrong. But then Lou struggles to hide a revived past relationship from the family. Amy and Logan continue to work with the wild horse. So that's kind of the main 3 storylines of the next episode. And yeah, I think it'll be nice to see the celebration because the whole family is there, and then Caleb and Jade's there, and
Oh my god, this is gonna hopefully be the best episode with having Peter, Jade. Who else did you just say?
Caleb.
Yeah, those are OGs, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and it's just
very sad that Georgie won't be there. I thought for sure.
Yeah, me too. And maybe we'll be surprised, but I'm not holding my breath at the moment. So, but I think it'll be one that'll be kind of the episode that'll
hopefully.
we'll remember.
Who wrote this one? Do we know?
We don't know yet, but I would.
No, really. I'm thinking Heather, right? Because it's
either Heather or Mark, I would say. Unless we lose our voices, I guess we'll see.
I know, that's what I feel like's happening.
Oh no! Imagine being 1 hour of us just writing things down on a paper and being like,
or like,
read this,
like you smoke 5 packs a day or something.
Yeah. That'll be something else.
We also, as a little teaser, our Christmas giveaway is going to be happening soonish, and we have a couple of very special guests that we've booked.
Yeah. So even though the season ends, the fun will not, because it just gets more and more exciting.
Yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff coming.
Yeah. So look forward to that and watch Heartland on Sunday if you're able to.
It's the Tim and Jessica wedding episode, so get on it.
Yeah. And we'll talk to you next week.
Until then,
keep your nose clean
and your powder dry.
Then you've completed your probation period successfully. So, keep your nose clean and your powder dry, as they say.
Sure, Clint.